Hello, welcome to the Fuzzy Felt Feelings podcast. I'm your host, Lily Hill, and today we're talking about the song called Shelium. However, I'm not going to talk about the story behind Shelium just yet. I'm going to talk about my life and the last week. To begin with, it's been a pretty fun week. It's been Valentine's Day this weekend. Did anyone have a Valentine? My sister and her boyfriend were my Valentine. And also, by the way, just putting it out there for all of you haters, my sister's boyfriend was the third wheel that day because Willow came around to my house and she was like, hey, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I was like, nothing. And she went, I'm doing nothing too. Should we go watch Wuthering Heights together? And I thought, beautiful, a little sister date. That would be so cute. She forgets she's invited her boyfriend around for the weekend. So Will's there as well. And then it looks like I'm the third wheel of that situation when in reality it's him. So I actually love you, Will. Love you lots. Peace and love. Yeah, but we watched Wuthering Heights. I've never read the book and I enjoyed the film as a film. But Willow has read the book and she got very angry. And I can understand, after she explained to me, I can understand exactly why she was very angry. Because if you're making a film, it should have just been marketed as like a horny period drama that like, It shouldn't have been marketed as Wuthering Heights because like they took out all of the main characters and made Annabelle. I think it's Annabelle. They made her character weird. I don't know, because I quite liked her character as like I don't know. I thought her character at the beginning was quite interesting, like the never being able to grow up. Like she's 21 and still playing with dolls and whatever. I quite enjoyed that. But obviously if she's meant to be this like incredibly strong female character from that time period and like runs away from a domestic violence situation, I completely sympathise with people who are annoyed about that. I thought it was beautifully shot. I thought the sets were amazing. I thought the costumes were amazing. I really liked the skin room. I know that it's kind of got a bit of pushback, but I thought that was very clever. But yeah, the story changes didn't really make any sense. And obviously, it's difficult to adapt a book into a film, especially like a beloved classic like Wuthering Heights. But it definitely could have been done significantly better. And it's just unfortunate that it wasn't done significantly better. But yeah, I did that, and then I went back to Willow's accommodation and we played Risk for 3.5 hours and made cocktails. It was excellent. I'm really good at Risk. However, I did lose quite significantly that round. It was quite unfortunate. Everyone just picked on me and it wasn't fair. Asia and South America were my two places I had to conquer. So that's a difficult task anyway. And people just bullied me and got rid of me and it was really sad. My room is also a tip, by the way, and I don't know how it's got like this again because it was a tip last week as well, and I literally tidied it days ago. I don't understand how it gets so messy so quickly. Things just accumulate everywhere and I don't understand. I mean, I did tidy it and then sit in my bed and eat an entire 8-pack of cheese strings just in my bed, and so all of those wrappers are just strewn across the room. I could understand that, but I don't get it. I just want it to be tidy and it never is. I think also my idea of tidy is very different to other people's idea of tidy because I like clutter and I like things being on things all the time. So like a lot of people would see all of the stuff that I've got out on all of my things and be like, Lily, what are you doing? Why have you got all of that out? And it's like, because I like it. I think personally it looks fun and good and it stimulates my brain when I look at it. Other people are like, Lily, this is the most overwhelming place I've ever been and I don't like how many eyes are watching me because I've got like gagzillion teddies up there. I got a new guy called Jabba the other day. He's a little fun little guy up there. Life is hard, but also life is fun, and I had a great Valentine's Day. The only thing that pissed me off was just seeing how many people were posting about Valentine's Day on their stories. It's still going on today. I'm still making my way through it. How many of you are in love? Just losers. Just get over it. It's not that exciting. I'm just bitter and jealous. I know that I am. I haven't had a Valentine, like a romantic Valentine, since 2023. But what is nice about it though is that I haven't had a Valentine's Day on my own since then though, which has been lovely. The first one was I went to Turtle Bay with my auntie and uncle and my little cousins, and my little cousin got me a little heart, but I've still got it over there. It's got loads of jewellery in it. He got me a little heart-shaped jewellery box and a rose. My little heart was melting. I loved it so much. And then my next one I went out with all of my friends and we drank way too many Cosmos. That was a silly idea. And then this Valentine's I spent it with Willow and Will, and it was lovely. I've just got out of the bath, as you can probably tell by my hair and the fact that I'm in pajamas again. But one of the things that you'd be going, well, you just got out of the bath, why have you got eyeliner on? It's because I've got this new eyeliner that just doesn't move off my face. Like, I promise you I wash my face. And I do have a habit of not washing my makeup off because, like, it'll just come off in the night, you know. This eyeliner is the best eyeliner I've ever had. It does not move. It's the NYX. Can't remember. It's over there, but it's just turned the wrong way around. I'm just going to get it because I'm being lazy. It's the NYX Epic Wear, and it genuinely doesn't budge. And I've scrubbed it so many times with multiple different face washes, and it just doesn't move. So I've just come to terms with the fact that it's just not going to move. And so I had my bath. I tried to get it off. It didn't come off. So I just put an extra layer on the top of it. And all of the people are going to say, you're going to get bugs in your eyes. I don't care, to be honest with you. If I get bugs in my eyes, what the hell? What the even heck? Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about a fun date that I went on that wasn't fun at all. I went on a date with this guy who on his profile said he was from Texas and he'd moved to Sheffield. I was like, oh cool. So I matched with him and he was going to come over, and just before he was like, oh, my car's broken, can you come to mine? I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. We were just going to watch like a film or something. And he kept frantically texting me like, my roommate's not home and she's going to freak out. She's not getting into contact with me. I've called her 40 times and I don't know if you're allowed to come around. My roommate, talking about his roommate. I was like, right, okay, fair enough. You're a bit stressed. It's okay, whatever. I was like, it's your roommate. Like, I feel like she probably shouldn't be reacting like this to, I don't know. It was a weird response. But I was like, it's fine. I'm just going to come over and see what happens. And I turn up and there is a lady there when I turn up. It's just very obviously his mum. He's got like a family dog. He's just inviting me around to his family home. And that's fine. But just don't pretend that she's your roommate. It was so weird. And then I came in, and when I tell you that this man had the thickest Yorkshire accent I've ever heard in my life, I was like, okay, so you're not from Texas. But I didn't say that. I was like, it's fine. People can have different accents. And I go into his room and we're just chatting, and like, I bring my iPad because he doesn't have a TV and we were going to watch a film. So I've got like stuff on my iPad to watch a film with. We talked about music, and he said, oh yeah, I hate the Arctic Monkeys because like they're from Sheffield, but they pretend that they're from America. And I was like, okay. And he went, yeah, they're not from America. I'm from America. And I went, right, okay. We were just talking about the differences between America and the UK, and it was just the most stereotypical conversation ever. He was like, yeah, I'm from Texas. No, he was like, yes, I'm from Texas, and they've got lots of guns over there and they're very Christian. I was like, okay, the two most stereotypical things you could possibly say about Texas you've said. He gave me no details about anything, and I was like, why do you have such a thick Yorkshire accent? And he went, oh yeah, my dad's from Yorkshire, but I've grown up in America my whole life. I'm like, obviously accents can, I'm not gonna, I mean, I was judging at this point, but I was like, I just don't understand it. How can your accent be that thick if you've lived in America your whole life and the only person around you who has a Yorkshire accent is your dad? It just didn't make sense to me. And then we were talking about different flavoured crisps, and he said, oh yeah, my favourite crisps are XYZ. And I said, oh, you said crisps instead of chips? And he went, oh yeah, no, my friend told me to say crisps because I'd get bullied if I said chips. Ha ha ha. I was like, oh, okay, sure. But it just came out of his mouth so naturally. I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, we started talking about like kids' TV shows. And I was like, oh, did you watch Horrible Histories growing up? And he went, yeah, they had that in the States. And then we were talking about like differences between what Americans and people from the UK say as well. And we were like, because he said bogeys. And I was like, oh, like the Dick and Dom in the bungalow. You probably didn't have that. And he went, oh no, we did have that in the States. I've Googled it. They didn't have it in the States at all. And I was like, oh, bogeys was the best. And I was like, but you'd probably say buggers. And he was like, oh, no, they don't say that over there. They do say bogeys. I was like, that's just not true. I just know that that's not true. It was just so weird. It was so bizarre. It was such a weird experience. And I left and I ordered an Uber to go back home. And he was like, oh, I'll just wait by the door because I don't want you to be out there all on your sen. I was like, this man is not from America. If you're saying all on sen, that's the most Sheffield sentence I've ever heard in my entire life. All on sen. So I got my Uber back and I was like, I don't understand really what's just happened. There were so many lies. And like, I don't care. I'm happy to go out with someone from Sheffield. I'm happy to go out with someone who lives with their mum still. But there were so many lies. And I was like, this is insane. So I didn't respond to it. I'm not very good for that. I do ghost people quite frequently. And it's not because I don't want to give people a goodbye or a reason or whatever. I'm just a very anxious person and I hate phones and I hate responding to my friends. I hate talking to people online, full stop. And I get really nervous. So if there's anything even slightly confrontational, I will just ignore it. I am very avoidant in that sense. I will just be like, no, thanks. Don't want to see it. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to see it ever again. So I do just ghost people quite frequently. But I think that's okay if the person has just pretended to be a completely different person. I think that's fair enough. Anything else fun happened recently? I feel like I'm going back into evil patterns again. I always do this. I always do it so much. There are a few people who my brain just circulates around, and sometimes I just find myself obsessing over thinking about them all the time. And I've gone back into one of those cycles again, and it's like, for God's sake, get over yourself. Stop thinking about them all the time. Just get a grip, Lily. I haven't really verbalized it to anyone, like what I'm feeling, because I know, when there's people who are just, I am this person, but just who keeps consistently making terrible decisions, and you're just watching and you're like, please stop. Oh my God, what's happening? Why are you doing this to yourself? It's like watching a car crash. I don't want to be that person. So I've got to the point now where I'm thinking terrible things and like going, oh God, I'm going to like really blow my life up in the next few weeks, just not telling anyone. And then it gets to the point of no return, and then I have to be like sheepishly go up to people and go, hey, I made a terrible decision again. Yeah, we know. We could all see it from a mile off, but you just weren't saying anything to us. And that's what I've been doing recently, and it's been evil. But I think I'm self-aware enough right now to not do anything. See, this is the problem with me. I'm so self-aware about my behaviour. It's like, obviously I shouldn't be doing these things. Obviously. I still want to. That little voice in the back of my head is going, just send them a really funny reel and then you'll be back in their life forever and it'll be so fun and you'll have a great time. That's not how it's going to go down, Lily. You'll send them a funny little reel and then they'll come back into your life and you'll be miserable for 6 months and then they'll go out again. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I just need to keep telling myself that, because otherwise I will continue to be doing terrible things. I'm not doing anything terrible. It's all just a detriment to myself. I'm not actually hurting anyone else in this process. It's just me, and probably annoying all of my friends. I think I've broken 2 of the cycles that I've been in for the last 3 years, which I'm really happy about. There's like 4 consistent spinning plates that I do whenever I'm feeling self-destructive. And 2 of these plates I've dropped and smashed. So now I'm just going with 2. And I'm quite proud of myself for doing that. I've broken 2 of my toxic traits. I've just replaced those toxic traits with just like a unhealthy obsession with the Muppets. Oh my God, the new Muppet special came out. It's the best thing in the entire world. I just want more Muppets. I need them. They're the best people in the entire world. Willow the other day picked up my bag, which is this, and said, do you ever feel like a poser when you're walking around with it? And I've never felt more validated, because I do. Like when I'm walking around with my big animal bag and my massive Furby coat, I feel like, is this just performative? I just look so obnoxious. Is this like a cry for help? What am I doing? No, I do genuinely believe that this is my actual real personality. I am just that obsessed with the Muppets that I need them on my body at all times, and I need to be just showing my love and appreciation for the Muppets at every given opportunity. I never in a million years want to give off the impression that I'm just this like, oh my God, I'm so quirky and I just love quirky things. It's like, no, I genuinely just I love it. I love Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal and anything made by Jim Henson, and I love like creepy weird dolls and like just colour. I love colour, and I'm going to live in a rainbow house when I'm older, and I'm so excited for it. I like trinkets and I like things, and I like being covered in bright things all the time. And I hate that makes me feel like I'm like performative in some way. Hashtag love the Muppets. Right, I'm going to tell you the story of Shelium because this is a fun song on the album. It's like a disco slash rock slash sad song, question mark. The story goes, I'm on a night out with my dad's friends. I'm from a small town. Everyone knows everyone. My dad's a very good guitarist, and so he's very well known in Mac, and so I'm usually out with one of my dad's friends. So this guy, he's just started seeing someone, and he's talking to me about it, and he's like, oh, she's amazing. And the word that he used to describe her was, she's like Shelium. She makes him all light and floaty and airy, and like it's like helium, but she's Shelium. And I think he said that he was going to write a song called Shelium, and I think I just bulldozed through that and went, no, I'm going to write a song called Shelium. Oh my god, that's amazing, I'll write you the best song ever. And he was like, yeah, do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, it'll be amazing. And then I woke up the next day and I like sobered up and I was like, what the hell am I going to write this song? I've got to write it now. I promised him that I was going to write Shelium, and I haven't yet. And I kept seeing him out and about, and he kept going, you need to write Shelium. I was like, yeah, I will. And I'm just not very good at writing happy songs. It's something that my tutors have been telling me I need to do for the entire time that I've been at uni, and there's only one song that is positive, and that's the next song on the album. Everything else is really depressing. I just couldn't think of anything to write Shelium about. I was like, I just can't make it not cringy. I don't know. As the months went on and he kept saying, oh, you've written Shelium yet? I was like, I don't know what to write about. And I was trying to think about their relationship, and I was like, how do I write about their relationship? Like what about their relationship could I write about? And I was like, I don't really know. Like, they're very different people, and like it's an interesting relationship dynamic to witness. After about, they were probably going out for about 6 months. I might be wrong about that. But after about 6 months, they broke up. And obviously they're family friends. So my dad and my mum heard about it. And they were telling me about their breakup and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's really sad. I went back to uni and just out of nowhere, just wrote the full song in like minutes. I was like, I've got it. I know exactly what it's about. So Shelium is about the idea of meeting this person, and they are amazing. They are this like beautiful person that makes you feel light and airy and perfect and amazing. But it's like slowly over time you realise that to get them to be that Shelium person, this person who's like above everything, you're having to slowly change yourself to fit their narrative. I love it. I think it's such a cool song, and I love the word Shelium. It's just so fun. It's such a good concept, I think, for a song. Shelium, she makes me want to breathe again. A tied up red balloon with a tangled string. Shelium, one more sip will play pretend. Face away from you till I disappear. Yeah, it's like she's making me want to breathe again. She makes me want to breathe in this Shelium, but it's not making me feel better really in the long term. And then the chorus is, the memories get me high again, floating up and weightless. The world's looking rosier every day. The frames of these glasses hurt my face, but it's okay. It's like rose tinted glasses, but it's okay, I'll just ignore it because she makes me feel the Shelium. And then it's Shelium, and now I can believe again. She tells me it's the truth, so I clip my wings. Shelium, when will I feel like me again? Hide away from you, I can ignore everything. She's telling me that it's fine, so I'll clip my wings and it'll be okay. And like, Shelium, when will I feel like me again? When will I feel like me? You're changing me. And then the bridgy bit is, pop my balloon, memories of you. Was any of it true? Oh, pop my balloon, memories of you. Was any of it true? Did I ever really love you? It's like the realization of like, did I love you? Oh my god, was it just like the balloon's been popped now? The Shelium's everywhere, and it's just I've got memories of you, but I don't know what's real and what's not. And oh my god, did I love you? I don't know. Help me. So that's Shelium. I think it's a really fun song, and we've gone in a really fun way with it. It's like disco rock, like it's weird. It's got like drum machines and stuff. It's so fun. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave the podcast. I hope you guys are all having a lovely day. Make sure to listen to the Fuzzy Fat album when it's out. And I'm going to read you this poem. It's called Aching. I want you so much it makes me ache. It makes my heart swell. It makes my stomach flip. I just want you. I want you to talk to me all the time. I want constant conversation, and I want never-ending stories. I want to create worlds with you. I want to plaster unmade memories all over my walls so that everyone can see that we were in each other's company. I want you to whisper in my ear, secrets no one else is allowed to hear, conversations that only you could come up with and that only I could contribute to you. I want you to sit next to me. I want you to stroke my hand. I want to ruffle up your hair, and not just when I'm drunk, because it's easy when I'm drunk. That's not saying I want this to be hard. That's saying I want to get to a point where it's easy when I'm sober, when it's effortless, when it's intimate again. I want you so much it makes me ache. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.